Who is that Imperial Clone Operative that we saw in the last two episodes of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, Infiltration and Extraction? Who is that clone? Well, let's talk about the most obvious theory, the one I've seen the most already, Tech. I do not support this theory, but let's go through why some people do support it. One, they want Tech to still be alive. Two, they think that Tech, well, he may not be alive as himself, but physically his body may still be kept alive, blah blah blah, through Imperial science and all that. He's been turned into an assassin. I understand where they get that. That would be hurting for Omega, that'd be hurting for us, the audience. There's good reason why. However, I don't think that's the case. And one line from Crosshair in the last two episodes, I think, cemented it. Crosshair told, I'm pretty sure it was Hauser, but because he told Hauser and the other clones with Rex that they tried to turn him. The Empire Hemlock tried to turn Crosshair into one of those clones, but the brainwashing, the programming failed. And he didn't mention his intelligence, but he said that's because he's defective. And let's look at Tech. Tech is intelligent, but so is Crosshair. Crosshair is more intelligent than I think a lot of us give him credit for because we just see him as a sniper, but he really is quite intelligent. Tech is also quite intelligent, but in a different way. And like Crosshair, Tech is a member of the Bad Batch, Clone Force 99, and is thus a defective clone. Should I also mention that Crosshair was the only member of the Bad Batch whose chip worked right away? I think that's saying something too, that the only one who the chip worked on immediately was able to resist the programming that Hemlock tried to do on him. Should tell us that any member of the Bad Batch should also be able to resist said programming. And I think Tech definitely would be able to resist said programming unless they literally scooped his brain out and put a droid brain in to, prevent him from, disobeying. But I honestly don't think that's the case because that just wouldn't make sense. Plus, this clone seems very clone-like, just robotic but still clone, not a droid. But regardless, I don't think it's Tech at all. But you know who I think it is? I think it has to be a name clone. Whoever he is, he has to be a clone we know. He was the most chatty of the three we've seen. The other one chatted a little bit, but only once Crosshair got there. But the other one was definitely a lot more chatty. And we got a couple things focusing on him, including his survival at the end of the episode. So that means we have to know who this clone operative is. Because obviously they have more than one of them. They have at least three. And so they can always make a new one and send them out. So we can have this same thread all the time and they can still dispose of them when necessary. But I don't think the case. The fact that they've shown this one's survival is important. So who could it be? Well, let's start with who I thought first. Cody. Now, the one problem with this theory is Omega, but I'll explain that in just a second. So Cody didn't obey orders when on his mission with Crosshair, and we never saw him again. He disappeared, and Crosshair when asked, was like, "You won't be working with him anymore." We don't know what happened to Cody. He might be sent to Mount Tantus and experimented on. So, and we know from the Bad Batch episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars that Cody worked with the Bad Batch and had a working relationship with them, so he knows them. So if they find as Cody, that's going to hurt all of them, especially Crosshair, because in the Empire, Cody was like the only friend Crosshair had left. And that's part of the reason why Crosshair realized the Empire was not loyal to him or any other clones. So that would definitely hurt. That would also hurt Rex and the other clones working with Rex, but definitely Rex. Everyone would be hurt discovering it's Cody. They will feel lost, dejected, which would partially, I think, explain why Rex had basically abandoned the fight until the Star Wars Rebels, when they were able to get him back in. Didn't take him much convincing, but something had to have dejected him that got him to just abandon the fight and alongside Gregor and Wolf. I mentioned there's one problem, Omega. The Bad Batch, yes, it's telling the story of the entirety of the Bad Batch of Clone Force 99, Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, Echo, Tech. But the thing is, Omega is the heart of the show. And Omega has no connection to Cody. So that wouldn't really work then emotional wise because she won't be impacted by it. And that's where Tech will come in. And Tech works better because Omega would be emotionally impacted. But at the same time, I just don't think it's Tech. I think Cody is a way more likely candidate. Those are my two main candidates, and I only acknowledge Tech, even though I don't think that's a possibility because of the storytelling potential involving the entirety of the Bad Batch and Omega. But Cody has the thing, well, no storytelling potential as much with Omega, but you got Rex in there as well. So both of them have their pros and cons. I'm personally siding more towards Cody. I think that actually might impact us fans even more so, but Tech is still a possibility, just one I have rejected. But what about you? Do you think it's Tech or Cody who that clone is? Let me know in the comment section down below. Or do you think is it a third clone, another clone? So if you have another idea on who that clone could be, let me know in the comment section down below. And also, even if you just think it's that clone, what do you think of my individual assessments for Tech and Cody respectively regarding this series? I would love to hear your thoughts. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed my series. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for future Star Wars coverage. And as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you always. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like as well as subscribe to my channel and ring that bell to stay up to date on my latest content. Also, be sure to check out the link tree in the description as well as any other links I have down there.